Hello, my loves. This is the Galactic Witch here, and welcome to my pick a card. This is the first pick a card I've done in a while, so I'm super excited. So we're basically gonna jump right in. I went ahead and I put the crystals out first this time, and then I'll take them away in just a moment. So, what I would like you to do, and if you don't want the crystals, just hold on a moment. But for those of you that do, what I'd like you to do is recognize that this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And I want you to take a couple deep breaths and then ask yourself which pile has the message for you. Remember, this pick a card is all about your psychic development and psychic abilities. Okay, feel free to pause it if you need some more time. I'm going to remove the crystals now. Okay, and for those of you that didn't want the crystals, please do the same thing. A couple deep breaths and ask yourself which pile is best for you. Okay, perfect. We are going to get started now. Okay, so for those of you that picked pile number 1, one finger, one. This is Soda Light that you picked, if you picked from the crystals. Alright, so we're going to get right into it. So the first cards are actually going to be from a Psychic Development Oracle. And then the following ones are going to be kind of insight into what you need to do, where you're at, things of that sort. Okay, so the first one, Influencer. Step up your practice. Connection. And clairvoyant ability. Okay, so first off, the biggest one that was said that's going to be like probably the most well-known is clairvoyant ability. So clairvoyance is the gift of knowing. So it's basically the gift that facts come into your head and you just know, and you know that you're right as well. Or it could be, you could use it as mediumship as well. So right off the bat, I would say that, you or most of the people watching this are going to have that ability, whether you realize it or not. And if you really think back, there's probably a lot of times that you did just know things and you were able to tell your friend something or answer a question in school or at work that, you really don't feel like you should have known the answer, but you definitely did. Now, away from that card specifically, connection, step up your practice, and influencer. So this is telling me that a lot of you probably already know your gifts and abilities, and what they're saying is right now you have what you need. You have everything that you need, and you need to believe in yourself and trust the connections that you have. Trust what you're hearing, trust what you're feeling and seeing, and use that experience, use that knowledge to share, to grow, and to help other people as an influencer. Just like I'm doing, you want to share your information because it's going to help someone. It's going to lead someone on the path they're meant to be on, including yourself. This is all stuff that you signed up to do. So I do want to go into more detail with that, but I want to pull out some more cards too so we can see where this is really going. Okay. You got Mermaid's Love, Ava. Ava looks like a queen. Oh, Sunny Day. Oh, pushed it down. Okay, so we'll stick with these ones for a minute because this is like the next deck. So this fully makes me feel like either the partner that you have now or the partner you will have. It could also be a past partner, but someone in your life has, and I do feel like it's a partner, like a loving relationship partner, at least for most of you, has been helping in your spiritual practice, whether it's realizing what you don't want in your life, what you don't need, whether it's putting you down, but you know that you have these things, or it's building you up. Hopefully it's the building you up, but I know that sometimes it does go the other way around. So they've been building you up, or tearing you down to become who you are meant to be, and to be able to step into these gifts and abilities the way that you need to help other people in the world and to help get yourself on the right path. And honey, you are going to be a queen, you're going to be a king. You will master this, because Ava, like, let me just show you Miss Ava. Ava knows, okay? She's like the Red Queen. She tears people down, she builds people up. She does what she has got to do to get to where she needs to be and to help those that she needs to help. So she is all about being unique, being one with nature, being in that connection. And that is where you're going right now. You are going to be one with Mother Earth. You're going to be one with your connection with Spirit, or whatever you believe in. And you're really just growing right now. And you're using these partnerships and these silver linings and things to help build yourself up. And that's really, really fantastic. The last card you got from that deck was Oh Sunny Day. And that tells me that, like, look, there's a lot of good things coming out of this. And if you do feel like it's tough right now, you need to find the silver linings if possible. No matter how big or small they are something to hold on to that's going to help bring you into this next level of life. But also take time to just smell the roses. Take time to relax. Don't stress about this, okay? Try not to overthink your psychic abilities. Try not to overthink your development, because that can honestly put a block on you. That can put a hold on your abilities, because you're so stressed out and so overwhelmed that you're lowering your vibration. So you want to take time to go out in nature. You want to take time to, have fun, spend time with your family, spend time with your kids, your nieces and nephews, whoever you have, and just enjoy yourself. Do art, get creative, go swimming, do whatever makes you happy that's going to help you relax, because you do not want to be overwhelmed when this is going on. Okay, so on to our tarot cards. So you have the Three of Swords, the Empress, and the Devil. Okay, so yes, for some of you, this definitely was someone that has torn you down. Okay, this relationship, it was someone that tore you down, or maybe it's multiple people for some of you, like maybe it was a couple of relationships that tore you down. But this Empress and Miss Ava here tells me that you are done with it. You are not going to be putting up with being torn down anymore. You are good, you're solid, and you may not feel that way yet, but you're working on it. You are getting to this point in your life where you are realizing what you really want, what you need to do for yourself to get to where you need to be, and how you're going to get there. Maybe, like, I don't know when you're going to watch this is a timeless reading, but as of right now, we have COVID-19 going on, and a lot of people have been out of work. They've been home. Maybe this was just a huge transition that you just had, where you realize, like, man, I really want to help people. I really want to do this stuff. I don't want to go back to the job I was in. It was dead end. It was this. It was that. I want to go to school. I want to become a YouTuber. I want to do whatever it is. And you're starting to realize that you have these gifts and abilities, or you're starting to realize how you can use them. So that's really, really great. And I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. I'm just kind of excited. But this is something that's not easy. Okay, you got the Devil as well. So this isn't going to be an easy transition, but it is doable. It is something that you have the power to do. And I want you to know that even through the turbulence, there is still a rainbow on the other side, okay? So yes, that was pile number 1. So let's recap real quick. So pile number 1, you definitely have the clairvoyant ability. You have the ability to stand up and talk to people. You have the ability to lead and influence. You need to step up your practice, okay? You need to meditate. You need to be grounding and shielding and cleansing yourself, but you also need to step up in the reaching out aspect. And I know that may be hard for some of you, but it doesn't have to be big steps, okay? It can be like, oh, hey, telling someone that they're beautiful or you like their hair or their shoes. Start there if you're not already someone that likes to talk to people. For those of you that are, start looking into maybe teaching classes, or look out for places you can volunteer that may need speakers or may need like the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. That's something you can do where you're influencing people, you're helping people. So work on that, okay? And just like I said, work on meditation, work on grounding, cleansing, centering, shielding, all of that fun stuff to gain and build and strengthen your connection. Look for the silver linings and know that you don't need no one that's going to tear you down. You don't need none of that. You need what's going to build you up. You need to build yourself up. You need to be right with yourself, okay? So you don't need none of this devil or this 3 of Swords. You just got to wipe the slate clean, build yourself up, and start anew, okay? Now get that Empress energy, get that Queen Ava energy, and get out there, pile number 1. Excuse me. But okay, get in with that Divine Feminine energy and get out there, pile number 1. We are going to go on to pile number 2. All right. Pile number 2. Once again. So pile number 2, y'all picked Astrophyllite. Astrophyllite? However you pronounce it. It's really, really pretty. It looks kind of like there's fireworks in it. Love it. Pardon me real quick while I hydrate. Hydration. Don't mind me. Alright, once again, pile number 2. Okay, guys, so the first deck is going to be a psychic development deck, okay? Alright, so first card, trust is validation. You are not alone. Natural healer. And does it feel good? Alright, guys. So right off the bat, obviously it said natural healer, so you guys are most likely a healer, or healers. You're not alone, meaning even this one, like, this card, there's a couple different meanings behind it. So one, you are probably working with other beings, whether you realize it or not. You're probably traveling in your sleep and working with beings from other races and other areas to gain your healing abilities and build them up and strengthen them. Trust is validation. Trust yourself, okay? Trust, trust, trust. It's so important. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you know. Believe in what you're doing. And trust that you are able to communicate and do what you're being told to do or what you're being led to do, okay? And does it feel good when you are working, like, doesn't it feel good to know that you're helping someone? Doesn't it feel good to know that you are doing light work, that you're doing gray work, that you're doing whatever you're being led to do, and you're doing it right? You're doing it like you feel like you're successful in it. Now, I love that card because it does, like, sometimes it can be stressful or overwhelming, especially if you're, if you're being guided towards this path where there's just a lot of people, one right after the other. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it doesn't feel good to be helping someone. It doesn't feel good to be helping others. So, does it feel good? Okay? I believe your biggest gift is the natural healer. And that is something that's very, very, very important for you to expand on and grow on. But you have other gifts and abilities in there. The thing is that for some of you, everything is kind of surrounded by your natural healing ability. So you may get stuff, but it's no matter what you do, no matter what you hear, see, or feel, you're also going to be helping people heal at the same time. And that's And that may just be a pure exchange of your energies with someone. Like maybe you're talking to them and you're exchanging energy at the same time, because that's really what talking is. But you're doing it in such a level that you're actually healing people when you're doing it. I do it too. It's a huge thing. It can be energy draining, but at the same time, it can be really helpful, and it can, especially in reading people, because then you know what they're going through and you can help them easier. Okay? So let's move on to our next little deck. Excellent. So you got the Gardener, A Long Way Home, Sea Witch, and Keys on Trees. So A Long Way Home, immediately, just like I was saying with You Are Not Alone, some of you are really working with other beings. Some of you are, we're all star seeds, but some of you are really legitimately connected with other beings and other races from different areas, okay? I definitely suggest meditating on that and trying to ask them to communicate with you in dream time if you're not already communicating with them. Now, the Gardener and Sea Witch, what this tells me is a lot of you are probably either earth or water signs, or you're just very connected with the earth or water. And as a healer, I think apothecaries are really, really great places to be, and I would definitely suggest getting into some sort of alternative healing of health and medicine that you can be working with earth and water, okay? And then Keys on Trees. There's a lot that you don't know yet, okay? There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm assuming that's why you're watching this video. Because you're trying to figure out what you don't know. You have more opening up to you, okay? But you have to trust yourself, you have to believe in yourself, and you just have to keep going. So if you've ever been healing someone and you get led to do something that you've never done before, so you don't really want to do it because you're oh, I don't know, that's not going to work, or maybe it will, but what's it going to do? Just try it, okay? Especially if you're doing it on someone trusted, someone you've worked with before, or a good friend or something. Just try it. See where it leads you, okay? Because if you're really being led to do it and the energy is right, then there's a slim chance it's going to lead you wrong, okay? But keep searching for those keys. Keep searching for those little things. Don't stress about it, but let them come to you, but don't be afraid of them. Because that's when you end up blocking stuff out, and you don't want to do that. That's no fun, and it causes blockages, so. So, you guys got one of the special cards in this tarot deck. I love it. But okay, so on to the tarot cards. This is the Modern Witches Tarot, and I absolutely love this deck. It's one of my newer ones, but it's also one of my favorites. And it came with 2 extra cards, this being the extra card, that say stuff. And so I'm going to tell you the other 2 cards, and then I'll read this one to you. So you got the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me that this is, first of all, I want to point out the Gardener and the Nine of Pentacles. On this card, she's a gardener, okay? She has carrots in her hand, she's planted tomatoes, at least it looks like tomatoes. And they're growing, they're prosperous, okay? So that tells me that this healing that you're doing can lead to a career path if it hasn't already. These choices you're making, this gift you have, is going to be prosperous for you. You are going to be good at what you do if you don't realize that you already are, okay? It may not be something at this point that, you could completely sustain your life off of. If that is what you're looking to do, but it is absolutely going to be something that is good for you, something that you can make money off of if you want to, and it's going to help not only you, but a lot of other people. Now, the Seven of Cups, so all of your cups are full right now. You have some options to make, you have some choices to make, but ultimately, all of the cups are full, so you really can't go wrong here. Just like I was saying with the keys on the trees, don't be afraid to explore new things. Don't be afraid to explore the new gifts that come your way, the new ideas that come your way, because it's really leading you right back to this Nine of Pentacles with this prosperous potential career, okay? And the final card that I have for you is that extra card, and it says, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. Okay, so through this reading, may you find a path to your best self, okay? So just to recap really quick, you are a healer. Okay, there's no denying it. You are meant to work with herbs. You're probably a witch. If you haven't already accepted that, I suggest at least exploring it. Witches are not all they're cracked up to be in the bad sense, okay? A lot of witches are just pure good. They're pure light, gray workers, whatever you want to call them. But in my personal opinion, there's gaining more good witches than there are not good witches, okay? So explore that. Trust yourself and enjoy the feelings, okay? When it feels good, let it feel good, okay? Explore the new things coming your way. Explore your garden. Maybe go to your closest metaphysical shop and check out the herbs and stuff they sell if you can't garden. Go to your grocery store. A lot of times the local ones sell fresh herbs and stuff. So if you can't garden, there's still ways to explore the herbs and see what they do, see how to dry them, see how to work with them. Get into herb baths, get into stuff like that, explore it, enjoy it, and know that you are a badass being. You have the capability of turning this into something really, really big and beautiful. Pardon me. And really, really mastering your craft, okay? I feel like this is part of my pile as well, and that's probably why I'm having issues, because they're like, hey, this is yours, pay attention. But okay, so that is what I got for you, pile number 2. I'm going to go on to pile number 3, but you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you enjoyed this reading. Okay. All right, pile number 3. Okay, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Before I get into this, I'm going to ask you to go, if you feel drawn, to go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow, or hit the notification bell, sorry. And if you prefer to wait till after the reading, that's fine too. Okay, so this first deck that I'm going to pull from is a psychic development deck, okay? And then we'll go into tarot cards and other stuff to kind of give you direction in where this is hitting in your life and such, okay? So the first card you got, Empath. And then use your imagination, and your intuitions are real. Okay, so, and I want to point this out, and it's something that I know some people struggle with, but use your imagination. So where do we learn how to visualize? In our imagination. Where do we learn to fantasize? In our imagination. So all of that stuff, all of the pictures in your brain, all of that stuff comes from your imagination. It's just part of your brain. It's just how it works. So don't be afraid to practice visualizing things. Don't be afraid to practice using your skills and expanding them with your own imagination. Just for, even if you just do it for a little while, just to get the practice of visualizing down. Because your intuitions are real, you're an empath. Chances are you have something else going on. Some of you are going to be clairvoyant, they're telling me. Others are clairaudient. But even with your imagination, you can still practice that. You can expand on it. If you want, like maybe you are clairaudient, but you want to be clairvoyant, or you want to be clairsentient, or whatever. You need to be able to use your imagination, okay? So don't be afraid to practice with it. Now your intuitions are real. So that's just a card clarifying for you that yes, what you're seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, tasting, whatever it is with your senses, it's real, okay? Whether, like, you could be, some of you, I'm sorry, you guys have so many messages. Okay, some of you are timeline hoppers, and I'll make a whole video about that, but what that basically is, generally, is someone who's able to jump timelines, whether they realize it or not. And a lot of it has to do with the law of attraction. Actually, all of it has to do with the law of attraction. So if you're thinking about something a whole lot and a whole lot and a whole lot, then you're probably going to jump timelines to a timeline where you either have that or don't have that. Depending on which way you're thinking. And stuff of that nature. So some of you are timeline hoppers and some of you are dimension hoppers, which is where you can jump dimensions. So you can, basically it's like, in my opinion, it's like astral travel. Because in astral travel, you're going out of your body in this dimension and you're going into another dimension. So some of you are really, really good at that, but you may not believe that you're doing it, or you may still doubt your skills. Don't doubt your skills. Know that they're real. Okay, so on to the final psychic development card, empath. So I feel like this is like it's so much more basic than the other cards, and it's really not, but just because these cards are like, the messages coming with them are so like fantastical, so out there, that going on to the empath card, I should have done that one first. But okay, so empath is it's a 3D, it's not really a 3D connection, but it's something that happens on the 3D plane in this timeline, and it's just a stronger connection with the people in the world around you. It's being able to read, to feel, to see what they're going through, whether they want you to or not sometimes, whether you want to or not sometimes, and just being able to understand a whole lot that you didn't know that you would understand until it happened. And so being an empath is no joke, and it's nothing to take light of. It's a really amazing thing, that can be, when you teach yourself to control it, and when you learn to control it, it can be a really, really great tool to have. Now, that being said, I suggest meditating on all of this and asking your guides how to connect this, okay? How to connect all of this. So that way, you can gain more insight easier. You can learn how to help people better, things of that nature, if you haven't already. Okay, so before we continue just on this disbursement of those 3 cards, let's go ahead and get into our tarot cards. Okay, so the 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the Hierophant, so there's that learning, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the 5 of Cups is like, right now emotionally, the cards are all on the table. Okay, a bad word insert here happened, and you may not be totally sure what to do. You had to step back. Some of you are saying this is your final time with whatever the situation is. You're not doing it again. And some of you are really scared about where you're going. But this 6 of Cups right after tells me that you are going to beautiful places. Okay, and to add that into the rest, so not only do you have the 6 of Cups, which is where you're actually being given things, basically, unexpectedly, things that are going to help you out in the long run, whether it's a little bit of money, whether it's a hug that you didn't know you needed, or you really wanted but didn't know who was going to give it to you. No matter what it may be, it's leading you on the right path, okay? So you are on the right path. Times may be hard, but it's gonna clear up, okay? And hopefully pretty soon for you. Especially because this card is blue and it looks summery. And we are in summer right now, at least when I'm making this. So I would say it's gonna clear up for you pretty quickly, okay? So just be on the lookout and be grateful for the small things that happen, okay? When you're grateful for the small things that happen, that makes room for bigger things to happen. You're also on a learning path, okay? You have things to learn. You also have things to teach, though, okay? So don't be afraid to share your experiences. And the Wheel of Fortune tells me that this could technically go either way, but with these other cards, you have the potential to turn this into something really, really great. You have the potential to expand your gifts and potentially use them as a career, or use them to manifest the life that you really want, because you have that gift, you have that ability. And life can really go anywhere you want right now. This is like a clean slate for you. So like I said, you could take it down the road of low vibration, but like I said, this is a clean slate. Where do you want it to take you? Where do you want to go? Because you have that option right now. You have the law of attraction and you're on your side. You have manifestation. You have support. You have things coming in that are trying to help raise your vibration. You got this. You just need to choose where you want to go. Then on to my final deck, New Directions. Oh my goodness, there's the chills. I love this deck so much. It's so pretty. I'm going to show you this card. Like, it's just a beautiful deck. But that is New Directions. You have that clean slate. Where do you want to go? Lullaby, putting things to rest. Putting the past to rest, saying, okay, it's time for you to go to sleep now. I'm moving forward. I'm moving on with my night, with my day. And that's okay. And then Tiny Triumphs. Be grateful for the little things that happen to make room for the bigger things. Be grateful, okay? Thank the universe. Put the past to rest. Say, thank you, universe. I learned my lesson. I've learned everything I needed. It's time for me to move on now. What is my next lesson? What is my next triumph? Okay? And just take that new direction. Oh, I feel so good about this pile, because you guys really do have a clean slate. You have this beautiful gift from the universe that not that many people always get. At least not in this extent that you guys are being given. This is amazing, and I'm so happy for you guys, and I really, really hope the best for you. And I hope that this turbulent time turns around like that for you, and that you are able to be grateful and thankful and find all the silver linings and really take this life and make it what you want it to be. Okay, so I think that's all I got for you guys right now, but that's beautiful. You guys are beautiful. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it resonated with you. Leave me some comments down below. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!